You're listening to BYU-Idaho Radio. I'm Nathan Lenahan, and today I'm here with Matt Pyles. He's one of the owners of Rink 99. Matt, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
So before we get talking about your business, I just want to get a little bit of background information on yourself.
Yeah, so I'll talk about my hockey stuff, I guess, because that's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Rink 99. So I grew up, I can't remember a time ever where I didn't know how to roller skate or rollerblade. And then as time went on, I just liked it more and more. In high school, I worked at a roller skating rink down in Utah and then moved up here to Rexburg, and somebody moved into our ward. And as I was helping him move his stuff in, he had a bunch of hockey gear, and I got all excited that there was somebody else that liked hockey. You know, it's not a super big sport around here. And so I've been liking skating in his backyard for a couple years now, and then we decided to start a rink. So yeah, hockey's a big part of what I do for fun anyways. Yeah, I mean, playing pickup hockey growing up, that was just a big thing out in, you go find an elementary school parking lot and we'd play hockey out there. And then I've been watching hockey my whole life as well, so it's just kind of in my blood.
Right. And so Rink 99, how long has it been around?
Yeah, so we kind of tell ourselves it's been around for 2 years, even though this is our third year that we've been open. Our first year, we were open, but we didn't have a chiller, and so we were very much dependent on the weather. So if it was under 25 degrees, we were good to go and we were open. But we were only open for maybe 15 days, just because it was a warm winter, which it's a warm winter this year as well.
Very warm.
Last year, though, we purchased a chiller, and so we can be open up even when it's 50, 55 degrees outside. We were able to be open. And so we kind of just tell ourselves this is our second year being open at Rink 99.
Right. And so with that chiller, has that helped a lot with this year? Because the winter has been extremely warm, one of the warmest on records. And so has that impacted your business at all and how much you've been able to be open?
Yeah, so it's interesting. No one wants to be outside when it's miserably cold, but really no one likes to be outside when it's moderately cold with no snow. So it's kind of been unfortunate this year where we haven't had that excitement of wintertime, right? We haven't even had a snowstorm that's been over 6 inches. And so it's just kind of been a wintertime as far as being outside and enjoying the snow. However, with that being said, because we have the chiller and because it's an activity that's really fun to do, whether it's 10 degrees outside or 40 degrees outside, we've been doing all right with this winter. We've only had one day where we had to open up late. The worst combination for us is rain, wind, and heat. And there was a day that it was like 48 degrees. It was really windy and it was raining. And that's just really hard on the ice. Even with the chiller, that's hard on the ice. But yeah, we've been open, basically every single day, and it's been great.
Nice. And have you noticed that there seem to be a pretty big demand for this around here in the area in Rexburg? Or this Rink 99's in Sugar City, right?
Yeah, it's in Sugar City. I mean, for those of you listening that don't know, Sugar City is very close to Rexburg. It's basically the same thing. And yeah, there's good demand. I mean, our drop-in hockey nights have anywhere from 10 to 20 people there. We do a beginner hockey night that has up to 25 people. And then our open skate, which is every single day from 5 to 9 and later on the weekends. We see groups, we see dates, young men, young women activities, not college specifically, but, young men, young women activities. So there's demand here. And it's great that we see people coming out to skate, which, again, normally in a wintertime, there's a lot of people that are kind of sad and depressed because it's so cold and miserable. And to have something to do in the wintertime outside is so good for people's mental health. It's so fun to be out there as well. And so the demand's there. We would love for it to be busier. We're always available for bigger groups and larger, more people to come.
Right. About how many people can you handle having there at one time?
Yeah, we can have about 150 to 200 people skating at once. So it's definitely a big facility and can handle basically any size group. Yep.
Nice. And you said you have like beginner classes and stuff like that. Do you find you get more beginner or intermediate skaters or just more experienced ones typically?
Oh, definitely beginner skaters. That's what mostly come out, even during our hockey nights. A lot of them are beginner skaters. But yeah, I mean, it's anybody can skate. You can hold onto the side and kind of go around. And if any given day, you're going to see, 10 or 15% of the people that have never been on skates before. So if you come, you're going to feel, if it's your first time, you'll feel just like everybody else out there, that it's their first or second, or, it's something they do once a year. You're not going to see a lot of people that are, expert skaters out there.
Right. That makes sense. I went skating for the first time earlier this year, and it was quite an experience never having done it before. Spent a lot of time gripping the wall, but I was able to go out and get moving a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. It's just really slippery shoes that you're on. But yeah, you hold on to that wall and then you're good to go.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned some of these events or nights that you have going on. Are there other activities or weekly specials that you have?
So we do group rates, kind of specials like that, where if you're going to be a group of more than 10, then you're at $8 a person. That includes skates, which is really cheap for skating. And then, we have a BYU-I night coming up. BYU-I night is coming up on February 23rd, and that'll be $5 to skate. And you just got to show your BYU-I ID, and you get in for $5 and that's a Monday night, so perfect for family home evening.
And you guys also offer you have rentals there?
Yeah,
as well?
Rentals there for sure. Yep, and they're all hockey skates. They're all sharp and good to go. And it's a great way to get out. And then we have those skates that you need. Just wear long socks, as we always tell people. Bring long socks.
Got to keep warm. And so. At least my attention was brought to Rink 99 because it was the Rexburg Area Chamber of Commerce Business of the Month for February. And so I guess how did you feel when you found that out?
Yeah, it feels great to be recognized as a business that's doing something unique and different in the city. It felt really great. We were honored and had a nice little photo shoot and everything. And it was great to... It's great to be recognized because we feel like we're doing something special, something different in the area to get people out and doing something. So it felt great.
Yeah. And before you opened up this business, what did you have other business experience or other things that you ran?
Yeah. So, this is definitely just a something that my partner and I, Jeff McClure, him and I thought it would be really fun to run a rink, but we both do other things as well. So one of the things that I do around town is I run Fresco Kitchen and Grill and Dorza Pizza. And so that's my day job. And then my night job is, running a ice skating rink.
And so I guess since you have these other jobs that you do, businesses you run, so then during the summer, there's nothing to really worry about for this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Rink 99 is just it's from about Thanksgiving till the end of March. And then the rest of the time, that park where we're at Veterans Park in Sugar City. All of our equipment's just there. We lock it up, and then we can't wait for the wintertime again. Can't wait to skate again.
Right. And being a newer business, I guess just looking towards the future, do you have any goals or hopes for your business?
Yeah, we really want it to be bigger than it is, I guess you could say. I mean, we have a couple nights a year that it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is why we did this. This is what we want. We have 100 people out there. And then we'll have, another night where, 10 or 15 people out there. They're having a good time, but we want it to be more. So what we're hoping for is just a little bit more consistency, and then maybe doing some activities or special nights a couple times a year that help people come. Valentine's Day is a great example, but, if we had our own BYU-I night a couple times a year, if we did high school night, or everybody dresses up in a costume for, because we're not open for Valentine's, but we're not open for Halloween, but if we did some type of dress up night, that would be really fun. So we're just hoping to get more people there is kind of what we want to see happen. Whenever people ask me about Rink 99, I just tell people, come out and skate. Wintertime, you can be happy in the wintertime, and one of those ways is enjoying the time outside. So we encourage people to come skate, come say hi, experience something new, but don't be scared. Come and skate.
Great. Well, Matt, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing all this with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.